FNATIC, Wunder, Razork, Humanoid, Reckless, Rux. So FNATIC is a really hard team to read because, like, you've got Humanoid, who, for some reason, during the regular season, is just playing Talia versus Astralis, dying to every gank, going 0-8. And then you've got Humanoid at Worlds, who is clapping every single mid laner at the entire tournament, playing like a man-possessed absolute demon. So, and in playoffs, he also plays really good as well. So, I think Humanoid is, like, when Humanoid gives a fuck and he's trying, he's the best mid laner in the whole league. He is. He is definitely the best mid laner in the whole league. Maybe like peak Caps is up there as well. You know, they're like Goku and Vegeta, you know. But Humanoid had something in Worlds that I don't know. I haven't seen from him ever. But then he has times in the regular season where he just doesn't care and he loses and nothing happens. Yes, he played a lot of Azir at Worlds, but the fact that he's able to do it against such good mid laners is just impressive, I think. Just impressive. So, I guess the biggest thing to talk about is their bot lane. Now, if you think about it, okay, FNATIC wouldn't have made playoffs if Upset didn't carry them 2 or 3 games in a row on Zeri, right? How many games was it? They had to win, and then win again, and then win a tiebreaker, didn't they?
Pog, let's go,
like that. The reality is that's the state FNATIC was in.
1 year, heck yeah.
They were 1 or 2 games from not even making the playoffs. They had to go 3-0, and then they played a tiebreaker for whatever. But they had to win all 3 games, otherwise they were out. And then the first game was against Astralis. They won. The second game versus Vitality, Upset, like, look at this, single-handedly put them over the line. And then against Misfits, he did it again. So, I think FNATIC's bot lane was really good last year. I think Upset, Hilly were top tier. Hilly had some moments that were just like, I mean, the Hilly moments got even worse. Like, Hilly was running it a lot, let's be honest. Upset next to Rux looked really good at Worlds. The sample size was really small, but I think the main conclusion is Upset was really good. And I'll say my opinion on this. I don't want to talk about like work ethic or team atmosphere, because there's a few Reddit threads about Reckless going around about like hard to work with. Maybe Upset had some hard to work with comments as well. Raw player, I think Upset's better than Reckless. I just think he is. And I say that because the way Reckless has functioned in teams oftentimes is, I mean, he's been reliable as fuck. It's just true. Reckless has been like a rock. Reckless is the kind of player where you can give him one of the worst matchups in the game and he can probably go even. But Upset will never allow himself to play the worst matchup in the game. He will be honest. He'll say, I am not playing this bot matchup. It is bad. I need a winning bot matchup. Whereas Reckless can say, like, yeah, I can pick Estral here. I can pick Tristana. I can pick Sivir. I can pick Senna. It's fine. Like, I can go 4-5. I can drop draft. Like, if we get a winning top side, that's fine. I can play whatever here and I'll go even. And that's good in itself as well. Having that in a team is also quite important, you know? Like, a very good example of that is Damwon 2020, where Ghost can just play Ziggs and Nuguri can just play Camille, you know? And if your top side is good, then you need a player that can do this. You can't have a really fucking insane top side, play fucking Darius and Camille, and then have your bot lane playing a Caitlyn lane, you know? Like, your jungler is... If you're a jungler and your bot is playing fucking Caitlyn, and your top lane is playing Darius or Camille, how can you play? Like, both your side lanes need so much help and so much focus and so much... It's really hard, TLDR. So let's put that into context, right? You think of Wunder. I think of Wunder as a similar player. I don't see Wunder as a pick me Fiora, pick me Camille. I don't see Wunder as a first pick Fiora kind of player. I see Wunder as like a, yeah, I can go Gragas here. Yeah, I can go whatever here. I can pick this here, yeah. So I feel like they have 2 solo lanes, which are kind of happy to go with the flow and maybe don't have as much carry potential to leverage that the other side will do something when you go into this weaker form of draft, okay? So then it comes down to mid and it zooms in on mid, right? You look at mid and you're like, so then I guess mid jungle will carry. If you're having two side lanes which are, I mean, this is not what they will do, but if you have two side lanes of traditional players who historically like to play more for the opposite side, then it just means that mid jungle don't have lanes to play towards. They have to play for themselves, right? Now, this is all theoretical, right? There's things that they can do that maybe they can fix this. I don't think Reckless is a stranger to picking a pushing bot lane, you know? I don't know how much how much Caitlyn Reckless has played, or how much Varus he's played, or how much Zeri he's played recently, but I don't think he's a stranger to doing it. I just think he is more comfortable playing more like, you know, chill lanes. Do I hate Reckless? No. Do I think Reckless is a bad signing? No. Do I think Reckless is a bad AD carry? No. Because the thing is, when I say words like upset's better than Reckless, a lot of people will say, oh, Caedrel, you think Reckless is dog shit? You think Fnatic's going to lose everything? No. I'm just putting into perspective how I feel both these players play. And so when I see two side lanes which are more giving than, you know, they're more, they like to give more than actually soak up more, I guess is a good way of saying it. I don't know. Then it comes down to mid jungle. So I don't know, because Humanoid is so inconsistent domestically. He is. And Razork, I feel like Razork was a carry jungler, but I don't know what happened to him on Fnatic. Like on Misfits, he looked like a carry jungler. But when he joins Fnatic, and maybe it was meta, he just became a Poppy Trundle player. And he just ran around like dizzy half the time, getting pulled around the map. Whereas if you look at him on like Misfits, his Lee Sin, his Xin Zhao, like he was fucking everywhere. So I feel like Razork was juggling a lot of potatoes, you know, trying to carry all of these falling fucking structures, and maybe that's because of internal issues or whatever it could be. But I'll put Fnatic next to XL somewhere. A lot of people are like putting Fnatic S tier. They're putting Fnatic best team in the league. I can't buy into that just because of the theory of how the team functions from players. If you can prove me wrong and show me that Reckless and Rux can play hard carry bots, pushing bots, or Wunder can first rotate things like Fiora or whatever, then I'm happy to be proven wrong. But until then, I don't really want to put them on S tier. I think A tier is fair. I think there's two teams that I think are in S tier right now. But yeah, I don't want to overhype Fnatic, because if they perform well, I don't want to take away anything from what they've achieved. If they do finish first, then that's really impressive. That's incredible that you've been able to do this with what I think are players in these realms, and you've pulled it off. And if you don't pull it off, then there's some work to do. But I'm really excited for Rux. I think Rux has deserved a shot for so long. And whether this team does well or not, I am just happy that Rux is here. I just am. How many times does this fucker have to prove that he deserves a chance in the LEC? Whether it's on Fnatic, whether it's on a bottom tier team, a top tier team, how many fucking times does he have to prove that he deserves to be here? It's about time, honestly. And I can't wait to see what Rux brings. I don't know what he will bring. I know he's very talkative. He likes to, you know, get things done. He likes to be active. He likes to get shit happening. Is he the kind of player that roams a lot? Is he the kind of player that calls for dives a lot? You know, we'll see what kind of like what he leans more towards. Because what I will say is, the final thought on this is, a lot of these things that I'm saying as theoreticals of things that they will lean towards, you know, like weak side, you know, shot calling. Pro players can basically do all of these roles, you know. I don't think Reckless is going to struggle to play a carry or a weak side. I don't think Wunder is going to struggle to play a carry or a weak side. It's more so, what are they better at, or what do they lean more towards? And when you lean in one direction and you all lean in the same direction, then it kind of, it's like, well, where's our flexibility? You know, I guess is a good way of saying it. But yeah, excited for Rux. We'll see how Fnatic does.